Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today I want to do a little flip through of my Halloween journal that I made. I've never done anything Halloween-y before, but I decided it might be fun to play with these different colours to, you know, something that normally I would do, and I actually got it finished. I posted a few pictures on my Instagram, but I didn't do the pages in order because some of them I didn't know what to do, and I sort of waited until I found the right thing. But this is the little book I created. I just used a cardboard box that I cut up, and I even tore some of the, you know, the top sheet off and made it all a bit rough. And look, I just decided to have some fun with this. Now, what I'm going to do before I do the flip through though, I'm going to undo these and take the cover off, because here are the prompts for the Halloween Journal Challenge that was organised by Inspiring Journals, and I'll just keep that handy so I can remember what it was I actually created for the day. So, very simply, I started off, day one was cauldron or candy. I noticed quite a few people combined both, but for the most of the days I just picked one of them and went with it. So for my very first day, of course, I picked cauldron, as you can see, and I added glitter and sparkles because I like glitter and sparkles. So that was day one. Day two was graveyard or garden. No, sorry, oh, hang on, I've gone too far. Wait a minute, backtrack here. Graveyard or garden. So, I just sort of played with this. I cut out some trees out of some scrap pieces of paper and had this cute little sticker in my stash. So mine is sort of a graveyard, probably more than a garden, but look, it's a little bit of both, and it's just a little bit of fun. The next day was haunted house or teapot. I went with teapot because I had this cut-out teapot. I have no idea where I got it from, but it was white, and I just threw down some paint, did a little bit of collaging with some of my fodder that I had in my box, and stamped out a little thing, brew some magic. So that was day three. Day four, the prompts was scarecrow or moon. Didn't have any scarecrowy things, but had this fabulous pic that had this gorgeous moon on it. I found that in a magazine. So I just simply glued that down, had a couple of die cuts, added those to it, and no scarecrows though. Not into scarecrows, didn't have any of those. So we went with moon. Then on day five, it was midnight or lanterns. Well, I had no lanterns of any description, so I just went with the midnight theme. I used a stamp that's actually meant to be a compass, I think, but I covered the bit that was in the middle with a sticky note so that it didn't stamp. And I created this thing that looks a little bit like a clock. I just drew some hands on it and then just went to town with some stamping, a few metallics in there to sort of represent a clock working. Look, I don't really know what I did there. It was just fun. And that was sort of why I really enjoyed doing this. I just played, and I made them all very quick and easy. Then on day six, the prompt was curses and hex or enchantments and charms. And look, I just had a few of these cute things in my stash. Again, did some collaging with some fodder on the background and popped that down. That day was done. Day seven was Victorian or windows. Definitely combined both in this. I found this gorgeous picture that in a magazine had a very Victorian feel about it, but it also had a window, and I went, oh my gosh, winning, that is just perfect. The background is just collage fodder with a ton of sort of stamps on it just to create a background. And I did stick a little pussycat down staring out of the window. So that was a lucky find, that picture. I went, oh my gosh, that's perfect. So yay for that one. Then day 8 was ghosts or gourds. I definitely went with ghosts. I got this little postcard from one of the Facebook groups I'm in. So I printed that out. Then I cut out some vellum, or I used my die cut ghost, cut out some vellum ghosts, glued down some cute little black eyes, and that was that page done. Then page 9 was Spooky Forest or Feast. Well, I definitely went with Feast. I had a Australian food magazine, I think it was Woolies or Coles, I can't remember which one, had all these fabulous images in it. And so I just fussy cut them out, used a bit of cardstock to create a bowl as such, and I just plopped it all down. And of course, there's a little garlic clove bulb thing here with the words "bite me" just for fun, you know, because it's Halloween and we're doing stupid stuff. So that's exactly what I did there. Then day 10 was Creatures and Crystals. Again, very lucky. Had this piece in my stash. Absolutely loved that die cut. So I popped it down and just cut some strips out. This was a black and white base that I had already made. And I just tore some strips, stuck them down just to add a bit of contrast. And quite liked that cat, so I threw it down there as well. And a little spider just for fun. Then on day 11, the prompt is bones or autumn leaves. Well, it's spring here, feels more like summer most days. So I went, okay, no, scrap that one. We're going with bones. I had this sticker sheet with these cute sort of hollow stickers on it. If you can see that, yes, you can. And I also had this skeleton die cut, so I stuck that down on top, and voila, day 11 was done. For day 12, it was Moth or Mirror. Well, this is sort of supposed to be a mirror. I just hand cut out this black ovally sort of shape, even put a little hanger on it, you know, just for fun, and then just collaged down some bits and pieces underneath. I used a stencil to put the eyes, nose and mouth on, and of course, you know, we're going to add more sparkle. So this gorgeous creature has lovely sparkly eyes. So yes, that's my attempt at a mirror. Again, I was just having fun. Then day 13 was Abandoned or Tower. This piece of stuff was actually the backing sheet of a sticker sheet or something. I can't remember what it was. And I just thought that looked a little bit abandoned. So I went, you know what? I'm just going to pop that down. A little bit of coffee dyed paper in the background there. Don't know really why I put that washi there, but, well, you know, whatever. And I just had this little die cut there. I just popped that down there for a little bit of contrast. But this was one of those ones that really stumped me. I didn't know what to do. And then I found this backing sheet and I went, oh, look, that's it. That's going to do. That looks pretty abandoned to me. Then day 14 was Poison or Potion. I've, of course, combined both in this one. This is a die cut with some cute little bits that it's been laminated inside there. And then I had like little cute yucky fingers and potion bottles and things. These were all off a sticker sheet. So I just stuck them down there for a little bit of fun. Then we get to day 15 and it's horror movies and spooky but cute. I had this sticker sheet with these cute little bats on it. So I decided, right, we're definitely using those. But the page sort of looked a bit boring. So I stuck down this piece of fabric that I had stenciled on and made some marks on for another project, I don't know when. And I went, hang on a minute, we'll put that down there just to give the page a bit of something. My cute little bats, and then I had the word spooky on a sticker sheet, so I went, oh, look, we're going to pop that down there as well, just for fun. Then day 16 was underwater and jars. So I just slapped on some paint, let that dry. Then I used a die cut jar that I've got, and I cut it out in silver to sort of try and give that effect that it's under the water. I've got a cute little fishy here who's happily sipping on a cocktail, and this giant nasty fish who wants to have this fishy for lunch, but guess what? Can't get in. So this little fishy's safe, and I just thought, look, again, I was just having fun, and I loved this image, so I thought that sort of cut it pretty perfectly. Then day 17, it was jack-o'-lantern or mushrooms. I had quite a few jack-o'-lantern stickers and bits, so I just popped them all down there. I also had this cute little card, so I stuck it down there. And I also had this word pumpkin patch. I thought that was the perfect place to use that up on day 17. Day 18, I'm going creepy or cozy. Oh, I couldn't decide what to do for creepy, and there was no way in the world I was sort of doing cozy because, like, it's not cold here in Australia. So I just had a bit of fun. I hand cut out this sun from a scrap piece of paper that I had. It was literally the only piece of yellow that I could find that sort of represented the sun. And then I've got little Miss Witch lying down on her towel having a lovely sunbake. So she is very cozy and warm. And guess what? That was day 18 done. Oh, look, honestly, some of these are a bit crazy, but look, it was fun and it was very easy. Day 19 was bats or owls. So I've gone with a little bit of both in here. I had these cute little owl stickers that, can you see them sort of in there in the background? So I stuck them down first. I have a large leaf stencil. I just grabbed a couple of shades of green and even added a little bit of dark brown. So just to represent the little owls, there's 3 of them there. They're in hiding because the bats are flying by and they're scared. So just, again, having fun, using up things that I had in my stash. Day 20 was Zodiac or drinks. Couldn't decide what to do for Zodiac, so I sort of just put a heap of collage fodder down underneath. I had this champagne glass that was on a birthday card that I got a while ago. So I cut it out and put it up on sticky foam squarey things, and then just put a couple of more little potion-y things down in the corner here to sort of make it look a little bit Halloweenish. As I said, look, that was it, done, all good. Then day 21 was steampunk or pumpkin carriage. Now, steampunk is one theme that doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why. I have nothing in my huge stash that is steampunkish, except this sort of one clock that honestly was about as close as I was going to get. And I didn't have a picture of a pumpkin carriage either. So what I did, I just stamped on the back of this, stenciled on the back of this page just to provide a bit of interest, popped down a die cut these 2 wheels from another sheet that I had, fussy cut out my clock, stamped the word TikTok on there, and then did the bat, stuck the bat down, drew on those to sort of represent the bat moving the carriage, if you get my drift. So yes, sort of, yes, it's a bit bodgy, but it is what it was supposed to be, sort of. Then the next one was day 22 was disguise or fox. Now this was one of the very last days I did because I just couldn't find anything. Then I had this thing underneath here is an interesting looking skull with a moth. Now I was never going to use that, I don't think, for anything else. And I found this by sheer accident in my stash. So I went with disguise. And I just cut out there just to instead of having the white card in its fullness, I cut it out. Then it gave my beautiful skull this gorgeous floral headpiece, which literally was just, I grabbed a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. They're always full of flowers. Fussy cut all those out. And then I had these very cute, very sparkly glasses in my stash. So they went on top of the skull. So I think we've done disguise okay there. Then the next one, day 23, is castle or cottage. Now, technically this is a church, but we're going to pretend it's a castle. So I just cut that image out and then popped a few other bits down that I had still lying around. Again, this was one of the ones I sort of did that second last. Then day 24 is ritual or party. Oh, couldn't decide what to do with this either. I didn't like because I made all my little sheets in advance. Didn't like the colour of what was underneath. So I just glued together some collage fodder, sewed around the edges just to hold it together and stuck it down. Then I had this card in my stash. Again, I found that by sheer accident and I went, look, I think that can represent ritual for me. And I stamped out, make your own magic. That will do. Then day 25 was beetles or balloons. So again, I had this one single beetle in my stash. I think it's actually a ladybird, but shh, we're not telling anybody. We're going to pretend it's a beetle. And again, these balloons were on a greeting card, a birthday card that I had kept. I've had them for a while. So I just fussy cut them out, and Mr. Beetle, Mrs. Beetle, whatever, is playing with some balloons. So that was that day done. Day 26 was serpents or hourglass. Did not have an hourglass that I could find anywhere. So I cut the two snakes out of a botanical book that I have. Then I grabbed a sheet of collage fodder that I made in my 100-day project and attempted to cut out some snakes, and I just glued them down on a very messy painted background. It's got lovely bronzy coloured paint, which does catch the light if the light's right. But anyway, that was that one done. And I put some cute green eyes on that snake head because, you know, we like sparkly things. Now, the next one, 27, was skeletons and skates. Now, I wasn't doing skates. Skates and Halloween, to me, they don't belong together. Had this fabulous image in my botanical book, this full skeleton, but of course it was actually about this big, so there was no way it was going to fit in. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do? So I literally just fussy cut it out. I've popped it in this cello bag, which is just leftovers from something that I bought, and I put the word oops on it. In other words, fallen in a big heap, something like that. I don't know. Was just having some fun, and that way I got to use my skeleton image. So that was day 27. Then day 28 is Raven or Library. I have just slapped down all sorts of bits and pieces to create a background. Fussy cut out this is from a magazine, but I used it because it was purple. I thought, well, that goes with the Halloween theme. And then I had this picture of a raven in a book, and I've just fussy cut that one out. Day 29 was Coffin or Black Cats. Didn't have a coffin, but had all these black cats in my stash. So guess what? Just stuck all of those down there, and I love this. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus, so I popped that down there. Then day 30 was witches or circus. Well, to me, circus and Halloween don't really belong together, I didn't think. So I went with the witchy theme, but I was just trying to do something a little bit different. So I had this cute die cut. I had all these hat stickers. So I just put down a witch wears many hats, just like all us wonderful ladies do. We wear all the hats all the time. So I thought that one covered that. And 31 is actually a flip through, but I had this beautiful die cut that I knew I had, but I forgot I had, and then I found that I had it in amongst all my Halloween stuff. And so I decided just to do a Happy Halloween page for the final one for day 31. And voila, that is my flip through of my little Halloween journal. That was a lot of fun to do. I just enjoyed playing with these wacky colours and being a little bit zany and just having fun. So I'm really glad I got that finished. Very proud of myself. But I have now packed all the spooky stuff away. It is time to head into Christmas mode. So we've got a few videos on their way with Christmassy things as I get my December daily documenting, whatever you want to call it, journal ready. So they will be on their way to you very shortly. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. And if you enjoyed this flip through, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye for now.